sea can be deep for our diving. Hope comes and stops us in our tracks. Bravely we prove in our striving, trudging together each day. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Hello, everyone. Happy New Year's Eve. I'm gonna tell you guys, I am not feeling well. So, some reason, I just got up like an hour ago. No, I think it was 3 o'clock. And man, I haven't felt well, and I wasn't gonna come on and do this because it was so late. But I'm like, I read this whole book for a year, and I'm gonna miss the last page because of a tummy ache. I'm gonna go ahead and do this. There's some things in life that, man, I worked so hard at it, and no, I do not think I have anything like corona. My throat's fine, things like that. It's more of a stomach achy, pissed offness. So let's start there. This year was bullshit, man. I'm just gonna say it. This year was bullshit. Not because of circumstances, though. Because of people. You know what? So I'm going to tell you guys something, especially people that got sober during the pandemic and you're still sober. Great fucking job, man. I'm giving you guys extra kudos because that was not easy to do. Okay, that was harder to do than what Brenda and I need to do. Afternoon, Brenda. It's good to see you. So this was a tough year, man. It was really fucking hard. And I think we've earned some kudos. Right? I think we deserve to be nice to ourselves. Cool stuff, man. So yeah, we can all agree. Right? But now that we've said that, let's get to the reading. Right? Because we can do something about it. And it's the last page. There's, the joy of reading the last page, guys. I had to do it. If I stop every now and again, it's because my tummy is not feeling well. God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change. God, what a perfect, right? What a perfect way to sum up a harder year, right? Now, it may have been harder for some people than it was for others. See, for me, I'm used to being at home. I've been at home. I've been isolating at home. I don't isolate anymore. I spend a lot of time alone. But because of my circumstances growing up and certain mental issues, I'm used to being at home. So my hard part was trying to catch as many people as I could before they went out. And that fucked me up. All right. In a good way. It made me sad, but it has to be done, right? So God grant me the strength to accept the things I cannot change. We can't change the coronavirus this year. We can't change everybody saying what it is that they're saying. I'm not getting into politics and shit, guys. I don't do politics. The courage to change the things I can and the wisdom to know the difference. I have a really good friend named Kat, and she always says, yay, wisdom. Okay? And the reason she says that is because you need the wisdom to know the difference between these two. Okay? Now, God grant me the strength to accept the things I cannot change. That's at the moment, guys. That is at the moment. And take a serious look at it. Okay? Well, it doesn't even involve me. Yeah, but did you have some speaking parts in there where you ran your fucking mouth? Yeah, you probably did. Right? I probably would have. Right? Easy. Living one day at a time, accepting hardship as the pathways to peace. Taking as he did this sinful world as it is, not as I would have it. Yeah, if it was the way that I would have it, this world would be fucked up, man. It works for me, but not everything I do works for everybody. I surrender to his will, and that may be reasonably happy in this life and supremely happy with him forever and in the next. That's all I'm ever trying to go for. A lot of times for me, because of my anxiety and my PTSD, happiness isn't something that happens automatically for me. It's a different way. And I have to say that right now, because if I was to say that I was happy with where my life is at, I'd be fucking lying. Because I'm not happy with it. And by happy, I mean not happy with it. I'm not saying unsatisfied. I'm being honest. We go through this stuff. Our friend was a minister's son. He attended church school where he became rebellious at what he thought was an overdose of religious education. For years thereafter, he was dogged by trouble and frustration, business failure, insanity, fatal illness, suicide. These calamities in his immediate family embittered him and depressed him. Post-war disillusionment, ever more serious alcoholism, pending mental and physical collapse brought him to the point of self-destruction. Don't you kind of feel that way this year, though, that things are being shoved down our throat? We're being told what to do. As alcoholics and addicts, our first reaction is going to be, see this finger here? Well, you can sit on it and spin. Right? We cannot do that, guys. We cannot. Even when we're hearing these things. To educate yourself is what I would say on that. But all right, one night when confined in a hospital, he was approached by an alcoholic who had known a spiritual experience. Our friend's gorge rose as he bitterly cried out, You guys don't need to be hearing me burping. That's disgusting. And I like this. Our friend's gorge rose. He's like, I know so much more about God than you do. That doesn't matter. If there is a God, he certainly hasn't done anything for me. But later, alone in his room, yeah, he got some time to think about that one, didn't he? Something happened here. You can feel it in the pages, man. If there is a God, he certainly hasn't done anything for me. But later, alone in his room, he asked himself this question: is it possible that all the religious people I've known are wrong? While pondering the answer, he felt as though he lived in hell. Then, like a thunderbolt, a great thought came to him. It crowded out all else. And I love this one. Who are you to say there is no God? Who the hell am I to be running around saying there's no God? I mean, really, in the grand scheme of things, come on, guys. This man recounts that he tumbled out of bed to his knees. He's going to have his spiritual experience here. In a few seconds, he was overwhelmed by the convictions of the presence of God. It poured over and through him with the certainty and majesty of a great tide at flood. The barriers he had built through the years were swept away. He stood in the presence of infinite power and love. He had stepped from the bridge to shore. For the first time, he lived in conscious companionship with his Creator. Thus, our friend's cornerstone was fixed in place. No later vicissitude has shaken it. His alcoholic problem was taken away. That very night, years ago, it disappeared. Save for a few brief moments of temptation, the thought of drink has never returned, and at such times a great revulsion has risen up in him. Seemingly, he could not drink even if he would. God had restored his sanity. He didn't do it right there, though. Yeah, that guy had work to do first. What is this but a miracle of healing? Yet its elements are simple. Circumstances made him willing to believe. Right? So the circumstances gave him the willingness to believe. He didn't even know he was working the second step. Probably didn't even know about it yet. Yet his elements, circumstances, he humbly offered himself to his maker. Then he knew. Even so has God restored all of us to our right minds. To this man, the revelation was sudden. Some of us grow into it more slowly, but he comes to all who have honestly sought him. When we drew near to him, he disclosed himself to us. So we need to bring ourselves to him. All this time he's been coming to us, saving our lives, doing all these great things for us, keeping us in positions of being able to help other people. But if you're sober and you're alive, just think back all the times God saved your ass. I do that quite often. Because it reminds me of how much work I have to do. And I'm okay with that work. I don't mind it. I enjoy this work. So look back on this past year as a good one. We're going to do our best. In that nothing I said was wasted. No experience, however insignificant it may have seemed, was worthless. Hurt gave me the capacity to feel happiness. Bad times made me appreciate the good ones. What I regarded as my weaknesses became my greatest strengths. I thank God for a growing year. I think we have had a growing year. I really do. I think AA has had a growing year because of Zoom. I've been watching the rooms double. Huh. I don't think Zoom's going to go away when this is done, guys. Not for AA. I think we found another niche. My home group, half of them are from Canada now. And it's so fun to talk with these guys because we're all going through the same thing. Today I'll remember hope is my balance brought forward into a New Year's ledger. So we're going to bring hope into the new year. Hope that we can help more people than we did last year, that we can do God's work, right? So we got another year ahead of us. Thank you guys for a great year. I don't really know how to finish it up. Excuse me. And I'm not going to finish it up because I'll be back tomorrow for the daily reflection. So peace out. I love you guys and have a day. I'm sorry I hit my limit, guys. I love you guys. Bye.